The Atlanta Falcons are sitting on a ticking financial time bomb that could absolutely detonate the entire 2026 season if they aren't careful. We are not just talking about a simple quarterback controversy here, we are talking about a roster revolution that forces the front office to make the hardest and most expensive decision in franchise history. If you think the current quarterback situation is messy, just wait until you see the replacement list that has just been leaked, because it changes everything we thought we knew about the future of this team. Please take a quick second to hit that like button, share this with a fellow fan, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you the raw truth about this team. Listen, we need to have a serious heart-to-heart right now, because even if Kirk Cousins goes out there and lights up the scoreboard against the Rams or looks like a superhero against the Saints, it might not matter one bit. The writing is on the wall, and it is written in bright red ink. There is a very real possibility that Atlanta is forced to move on from Kirk Cousins regardless of how he plays down the stretch. It all comes down to the business side of the NFL, which can be absolutely brutal. As we get into the dog days of the season, the rumor mill is going to spin out of control, and Sports Illustrated has just dropped a bombshell list of potential replacements that we need to dissect. But first, we have to address the elephant in the room. If the coaching staff changes, specifically if Zach Robinson walks out that door, does it make any sense to keep a veteran quarterback who doesn't fit the timeline? If Robinson is gone, logic dictates you might want a younger, cheaper option to back up Michael Penix Jr., assuming Penix is the future. But if Penix isn't ready or isn't the guy, then we are entering a world of hurt and confusion. Here is the cold, hard reality that keeps me up at night. Kirk Cousins carries a $57.5 million salary cap hit in 2026. Let me repeat that, because it is a number that should make you sick to your stomach. $57.5 million against the cap for a 37-year-old quarterback. That is insanity. I get it, he is playing well right now, and he is currently the best option to win games, but look at the math. If you keep him, you are handcuffed. But if you cut him, the savings are astronomical. We are talking about saving $22.5 million if he is cut before June 1st. If you designate him as a post-June 1st cut, that savings jumps to $35 million. Think about that for a second. That is an $80 to $90 million swing in financial flexibility. Do you realize how many impact players and defensive stars you can buy with $35 million in open cap space? It is the difference between being a mediocre wild card team and a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So I have to ask you this rhetorical question right now: do you truly believe a 37-year-old quarterback is worth crippling the entire financial future of the franchise when you have these kinds of escape hatches available? The national media knows it, and the fans know it. The Falcons are likely going to feel forced to make this cut unless they truly believe Cousins can win a Super Bowl immediately. And looking at this roster, let's be honest with ourselves, are we really just one quarterback away? No, we are not. There are holes everywhere, and that money could plug a lot of them. This brings us to the most controversial part of today's discussion. If they cut the cord on Cousins, who comes in? Because Sports Illustrated released a list of 8 quarterbacks, and I am going to be real with you, most of them are absolutely terrible options that I wouldn't let near this facility. We are talking about guys like Easton Stick or Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. No, thank you. I do not want to see any of those guys in a Falcons uniform next year. However, there are 2 names on this list that actually make a ton of sense and could be fascinating bridge options or even competitors for the starting job. This brings me to our question of the day, and I want you to sound off in the comments section below right now. If the Falcons cut Kirk Cousins to save that $35 million, who is the one realistic quarterback you would want to see brought in to compete with Michael Penix Jr.? Give me a name and tell me why, because I am reading every single response. Let's talk about the first guy who actually excites me, and that is Malik Willis. I know what you are thinking. You remember the guy from the Titans who looked lost, but that is not who he is anymore. Since getting traded to Green Bay, he has looked like a completely different player. He was a 3rd-round pick for a reason. He has a cannon for an arm, and he is built like a linebacker. In his limited action with the Packers, he has been outstanding. He stepped in for an injured Jordan Love and completed 81% of his passes against the Bears with a passer rating over 140. The guy has evolved. He is no longer just an athlete running around, he is a pocket passer who can kill you with his legs when the play breaks down. He is literally the antithesis of what we have now. He is young, he is athletic, and he has something to prove. You could probably sign him to a cheap bridge deal, maybe $10 or $12 million, and have a legitimate weapon at the quarterback position who fits the modern NFL style. He has gone from a bust to one of the best backup options in the league, and I would sign up for that redemption arc in a heartbeat. Then there is the second option, and this one is a bit more strategic. We are talking about Mac Jones. Now hold your horses before you start typing angry comments. I know Mac Jones is not the most exciting athlete in the world. He is a statue in the pocket, and he is not going to run away from anyone. But listen to the financial logic here. Mac Jones is under contract with the 49ers through 2026, and his cap hit is only $3.9 million. You are trading a $57 million problem for a $4 million solution who is basically a younger version of the style of quarterback we are already using. He is accurate, he processes the game well, and he is competent. He has thrown for over 2,000 yards with a 70% completion rate in his starts. Is he a superstar? No. But is he a competent starter who costs pennies on the dollar? Absolutely. But here is the real kicker with the Mac Jones scenario. It isn't just about the player, it is about who you might be able to bring with him. There is a scenario where the Falcons could trade a mid-round pick for Mac Jones and simultaneously poach Clay Kubiak from the 49ers coaching staff to run the offense. Imagine bringing in the Kyle Shanahan system with a quarterback who already knows it and paying almost nothing for the privilege. That would allow you to spend all that saved money on building a monster defense. You swap out the expensive veteran for the cheap efficient manager, and you use the savings to build a bully on the other side of the ball. It is a strategy that wins championships. So we are left with a massive decision. Do you stick with the expensive veteran who is bleeding the salary cap dry, or do you rip the band-aid off, save $35 million and go with a high-upside athlete like Malik Willis or a cheap tactical operator like Mac Jones? The front office is going to have to make this call by March, and whatever they decide is going to shape the next 5 years of this franchise. I need you to let me know which path you would take. Would you roll the dice on the athlete in Willis or the system fit in Jones? Type MW for Malik Willis or MJ for Mac Jones in the comments. And if you have watched this entire breakdown all the way to the end, type the word believe so I know who the real diehard fans are. We are on the verge of a massive off-season shift, so make sure you are subscribed because we are not missing a single update.